Happy New Year, feliz año nuevo. Prosperity and blessing, prosperidad y bendiciones para todos. Aquí estamos en San Agustín, Florida. We're in San Agustín, Florida. We're going to be taking a trolley ride. Vamos a estar haciendo un ride de trolley. Esperamos que lo disfruten y por aquí vamos. And here we go.
Beginning, welcome aboard. My name is Bailey. Please keep all body parts and belongings inside the vehicle at all times. No smoking, vaping, or consumption of alcohol while we're on the trolley. And please keep all conversations down to a minimum because these are narrative parts to be respectful of others around you. Now we are leaving the old jail of St. Augustine, going to our stop 2, which is the Visitors Information Center. But I want you to be looking to our right. That black iron cart, that is the manly portable convict car. Where convicts here at the old jail of St. Augustine would go to work on chain gangs. But you can't think of thinking, what are chain gangs? They sound funky. Well, chain gangs are when convicts were assigned a job in town and they had to stay on that job site until it was done. They were working. I'll tell you what, y'all, staying on that manly portable convict car while doing their job until it was done was not very comfortable because sometimes that could take days to weeks to months, and it was also an iron cart in Florida, so it gets hot, and there's hurricanes, heat, everything, snakes, alligators. We'll be seeing some better hotels later on in our tour, including the De Leon Hotel, between our stop 8 and our stop 9, but I am getting ahead of myself. I first want to welcome you to St. Augustine if you have never been here before. If you have been here before, welcome back, and if you are from here, hey, what's up? I'll be telling you more about the nation's oldest city. Speaking of such, we are 42 years older than the settlement at Jamestown and 55 years older than the settlement at Plymouth Rock. We are the oldest continually occupied settlement in the continental United States, therefore the nation's oldest city. This story begins with a man named De Leon. He was sent by the King of Spain to go and explore new lands and treasures. It was also rumored that he was looking for the fountain of youth. But he never found the fountain of youth, and I don't know why. There's signs all over town, although he did discover Florida, which is a great accomplishment in itself. If you lean into modern day Ponte Vedra, which is in between St. Augustine and Jacksonville and modern day, and he established a colony there. You can go visit Ponte Vedra to this day and visit the pioneers and March where he landed. And so he established a colony, and it was not successful at all. There was some troubles there. The first one being the Native Americans did not want him there. And rightfully so, this is their land. But the second trouble was the weather. He was not expecting the heat and the hurricanes, and he fled back to Spain. And it was not until the Spanish rivals, the French Huguenots, established a colony near modern-day Jacksonville at a place called Fort Caroline until the King of Spain said, wow, we really need to do better. By the way, everybody, you can still go and visit Fort Caroline to this day in Jacksonville. Highly recommend it. It's still spinning. But back to the King of Spain. He said, wow, we really can do better and be successful. So what he did is he sent his best captain general. His name is Pedro Menendez de Avila. And Pedro Menendez was given 3 tasks. Number 1, get the first Huguenots out of here. This is going to be fun. He decided to land here and he was like, oh, it's a sign. We're going to name this city St. Augustine. And that's where we got our name. So the Spanish built quite a few wooden forts to defend this city to make sure it was a successful city. And by a few wooden forts, I mean the same wooden fort over and over again. It kept getting burnt down, rebuilt, burnt down, rebuilt. You know where I'm going with this? Well, it was not until a pirate by the name of Robert Searle burnt down the last wooden fort until the Queen of Spain said, why do we keep doing wooden forts? Let's not do that anymore. How about a different substance? How about coquina? Coquina is a natural substance found off the coast of Florida, and it's very hard and compact shell. Some of it even fossilized. And so they built a new Castillo de San Marcos out of coquina, but it was not just called the castle of St. Mark, Castillo de San Marcos. It was also called Fort Caroline, but it had a nickname, which is the Cannonball Eater Fort, because instead of cracking and breaking with the cannonballs, it would actually absorb cannonballs. And the Spanish could take the cannonballs right on out and shoot them back at whoever fired them. And I'll tell you what, no one was ever expecting their own cannonballs to come flying back at them, that's for sure. It was a surprise every single time, and it was like a 2-for-1 special. Now, speaking of pirates, we will be passing the Pirate and Treasure Museum later on in this tour. Pirates are part of the St. Augustine culture as well. Speaking of stuff, Johnny Depp, Mr. Captain Jack Sparrow himself loves St. Augustine and actually has a house on the lot of beach. But to my right, we are coming up on, you'll see a very Death Star-looking structure right here to my right. It's also made out of coquina, and that is a 0-mile marker for the Spanish Trail. It started from Florida all the way to San Diego in California. Now to my right is the Huguenot Cemetery, where there are over 1,000 people buried, but less than 100 graves. And you might be thinking, that math does not work, Bayless. Well, during the yellow fever epidemic here in St. Augustine, there was not enough respectable places to bury the dead, so what the city did is they piled them up into the graves in that graveyard because there was really only one, and it was usually the most rich that got put into the grave last, and they got the name of a Penta. Not respectable at all, but the city thought it was better than not being buried in the cemetery. Now this wall to my right is the Spanish Eagle line. It's a defensive wall that ran from the water near the fort to about this stop sign to defend the city from the north. It's just a replica to this day. The real one was made out of table palm tree trunks, our state tree here in Florida. Now to my right, these plants, they're very tall and spiky. Those are called yucca plants. And yucca plants, they are in the cactus family. The Spanish were very strategic with them. They planted them along the outside
Those are the yucca plants.
as an extra layer of defense, because who in the world would want to climb over a spiky plant? Like I said, in the cactus family, not very comfortable. But speaking of defense, to my right is what I like to call a mini fort, what is formerly known as the Santo Domingo Redoubt, because all the spaces in between the walls are where cannons were put within the city. There used to be 9 of these mini forts, the Santo Domingo Redoubt, all around the city, but now this is the last one, and it's just a replica. Now we are going to be leaving Orange Street. And speaking of Orange Street, I'm flashing towards the year of 1910. Now to my left is the St. Johns County School District building, and it was formerly the Orange Street School, where teachers would make a whopping $20 a month, and the school drivers would make just about that much money as well. I know, not a lot. But the weird thing about this building right here to my left is that it has a basement. Yeah, a basement. Now who thought that was a good idea? When St. Augustine is below sea level and floods typically 10 minutes a rain. I couldn't tell you, y'all. I tried to find a name, and apparently they did not want to be known because, like I said, a horrible idea. But there still is a basement in there to this day. Now to my right is the historical downtown parking facility. Woo-hoo! There's nothing historic about it at all. Just the land that it sits on. The land that it sits on is where the original first Florida Grand Hotel, the San Marco Hotel, used to sit in the 1800s. It was built in the 1880s by a man named Isaac Clark, not by his own two hands, but with his son. He was very rich. And it attracted mostly local businessmen from up north coming down on vacation, all sorts of
That's pretty cool.
It's no longer here anymore. Unfortunately, it did catch on fire and it burnt down, but mysteriously, the hoses to the fire wagons were slashed and no one ever found out who did it. Still remains a mystery to this day. So we're coming up onto our South tour, which is the Visitors Information Center. Right here, you can go inside the Visitors Information Center to our left. Bathrooms, there's water, there's a free museum aside. And if you're here for Nights of Lights, this is where you'll be beginning your Nights of Lights tour. Starting at 6 p.m. tonight. If you are getting off, please only exit to the left. Backwards like righty. Back to the San Marco Hotel now. In front of me is the Renaissance Hotel. Beautifully decorated for Christmas, I know. And the Renaissance Hotel is actually a replica of what the San Marco Hotel would have looked like.
This hotel's pretty cool.
Glory.
It's long, it's
Although
big.
it is definitely not as tall as the San Marco Hotel was, because the San Marco Hotel had those massive towers.
Old charm.
About 16
There you go.
feet
Old
tall.
charm. Look at that.
It's not enough tall towers.
Pretty cool.
That's because the city would not
Castillo
let it build
Restaurant.
as tall as the original San Marco, because there's only one skyscraper in town. And I say skyscraper sarcastically because it's definitely not a skyscraper. I've been to New York, I've been to Chicago, I've been to Miami. I've seen some real skyscrapers.
Look at that crazy statue.
But the city likes to call the Treasury Building our skyscraper, so we're going to roll with it. You'll see the Treasury Building at our South 14 on tour. But yes, after the Treasury was built in the 1700s, they said no more tall buildings. You want everyone to see downtown Canopy as they drive over the line. Which I completely understand why, because it's a great view. Now, if you look to my right, you'll see some very tall skinny palm trees. Those are the sable palms, or state trees here in Florida. Now, the Florida crackers would chop them down, slice them open, and take the heart of the tree out, cook it, and eat it. It was called swamp cabbage, and apparently you still can't get that meat at certain places here in Florida. But you may be wondering who the Florida crackers are. Now, they were Scottish-Irish immigrants who came here to Florida as the first cowboys. They were the working class of St. Augustine, and they would walk around with their cattle. They had their horses, their mules, their oxen, and they had these long woolen chains. You know, something you hear the cracks of those whips from miles and miles away. So the Spanish started calling them craqueros, and that's where we get the term up for Florida crackers. Speaking of Florida crackers, up ahead to the left, you'll be seeing the Potter's Wax Museum. It's built out of cypress wood. The Florida crackers discovered the cypress wood was more durable and long-lasting than any other type of wood, so they built all of their buildings out of it. So you would consider the Potter's Wax Museum right up here to our left a cracker house. Before I talked about the Wax Museum itself, it was the old drugstore in the year of 1886, operated by a man named Spicinger. And Spicinger would prescribe a substance called opium for all of your troubles. If you had a headache, you got opium.
If you're watching this video, they got 22 stops at these. Si está viendo este video, tienen 22 paradas de estas. Y aquí vamos a hacer una parada y este es el tiempo que les pido que le den un like al video. Give the video a like if you're having a good time. Elisa's here with me, right next to me, Elisa.
Wax figures all made with real medical grade prosthetics. So yes, they look very lifelike. No, I've not been after dark to see if they come to life.
We're gonna wait till we get to the like downtown market
The
area.
third most haunted cemetery in the entire nation.
I hope you can hear some of this narrating that she's doing. Espero que puedan escuchar un poco lo que la muchacha está diciendo.
I live in the Ponce de Leon Hotel. I'm an experienced ghost myself, and I love our ghost and gravestone stories. The stories are fascinating. Definitely recommend it if you're in town and wanting to take it. If you are getting off, please only exit to the right.
Si se va, aquí se bajan, unos se bajan, otros no se bajan. Pero estamos haciendo paradas así. We're making stops like this.
Our next
Some
stop
people
on
get
tour
off,
is
others don't.
Which is the city gates right around the corner.
And checking to see if somebody's hopping on. Estamos mirando a ver si alguien viene o no viene.
Hi there. All right. Hi there. Okay, number on, number up.
Vámonos. Adiós.
Head into the city gates. City gates are also the northernmost part of St. George Street. If you're looking for St. George Street while you're in town, great place for shopping, food, and drinks. Now, before we get to the stop sign, if you look to our right, you'll see a wax figure of Elvis Presley, all dressed up for the holidays.
Dicen que ese Elvis. Ah, pues bien.
Dancing on a park bench, waiting for you to take a photo with him. That's Mr. Henry Flagler, owner and operator of the Ponce de Leon Hotel, built in 1855. Who will be seeing that hotel later on the tour. It's just absolutely stunning. It looks like a castle. He's not wearing a top hat, and that statue, actually none of the statues around town have him wearing his top hat, and I don't know why. He was always seen wearing it, and he would probably be pretty
De los shops.
about that.
Tiene una chiquita en esta área.
Now we're coming up to our next stop for the city gates. They're up ahead to our left, also made out of coquina, the same substance as the fort, the Castillo de San Marcos. Now, the city gates right here were almost taken down when the Daughters of the Revolution got dressed up and hosted a tea party in order to protest that. They are the sole reason why these city gates still stand here to this day. Now, speaking of the city gates, they work like an HOA. We didn't make it back in time for them to
Creo que estamos llegando al área we're going to be
we
in.
were locked out and you're sleeping in the Florida swamp with this swamp puppy. I mean, neighbor. And that was not a very comfortable sleepover because you were not let in until the following morning when they opened back up again. If you are getting off here at stop 4, please only exit to
Aquí.
the right backwards like a ladder when I ring my bell.
No. La otra.
Should we get off here? I would say.
La otra.
Stop 6. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks. Our next up on tour is stop number 5, which is the Colonial Quarter. Number on. Trolley is in motion. For those who are new, welcome aboard. My name is Bailey. I'll be your conductor.
This is stop number
Keep
4,
all
right?
body parts and belongings inside the vehicle at all times. So smoking, vaping, or consumption of alcohol while we're on the trolley. Please keep all conversations
This is a fort. This is San Agustín Fort. Este es el fuerte de San Agustín.
Stop 5 already, the Colonial Quarter. It's just right up ahead of us. Most of our stops are pretty close right here at the beginning of our tour. But here's where you would get off if you're wanting to explore the Pirate and Treasure Museum. Right here to our right, where you can find real pirate artifacts, including a real pirate treasure chest that you can touch, or authentic props from the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Or you can go visit the Colonial Experience, where you can watch the cannon firing and blacksmith demonstration, or climb over the big Spanish watchtower and see the fort, the Castillo de San Marcos, right here to our left, from very up high. If you are getting off, please only exit to the left, backwards like a ladder when I ring my bell. That bell indicates the trolley is in park and that it's safe to get off and on.
Okay. Okay.
Have a good one.
The left.
Our next stop is
So, estamos en Mimi's Famous Crepes. Estamos en Mimi's Famous Crepes. Aquí donde nos van a preparar las crepas. Alright, and this is where they're at. We're gonna get our crepes done here. Nos las vamos a preparar un momentito. Y de todo ahí, sweet and savory. Pero, I want to show you. Quiero enseñarles este sign. No. I'll wait till they see it. I'm trying to get the sign here. Ese habla de este edificio aquí. This one talks about this building here. So, trying to get that. Alright, so we found somewhere to get something. My brother and nephew, they're over here. They got some pretzels and stuff. Something. And then there's a sitting area back there. But this gentleman here, what's your name, boss?
I'm Jordan.
Jordan, he's gonna prepare. Él va a preparar the one that I'm ordering. So estos son crepes. Las crepas. Hay caliente y hay dulce. Yo nunca había visto las calientes. I never had seen that savory one. But he's preparing me a, look at that. He's gonna be preparing me. Me va a preparar una crepa. Jordan, right?
Jordan.
I'm Rick. Nice meeting you, bro.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Well, Chicago, yeah. And my brother's local.
Local? You're staying with him for the holidays?
No, I stayed at another place, you know. He snores too loud.
At least visiting though, right?
Yeah, I do visit him, but his snoring, I can't.
I understand.
We have a place we can stay when we come, so we don't bother.
So right now I'm putting on a break. It's
the brie spread.
Uh-huh.
That'll be like the base that everything kind of sits on.
How long you been doing this, Jordan?
Year, maybe just a year.
Yeah. And what's the busiest time?
Right now.
Right now?
You're in Hell Week right now.
For real, huh?
100%. Yeah.
Man.
The Nights of Lights bring a lot of people, and the week before New Year's and like the week after Christmas and before New Year's.
So that's the highest traffic down here in San Augustine?
Yeah,
Wow.
really St. George Street, but yeah, or downtown, but yeah.
This is my second time in this area.
Second time?
Yeah. Chicago. Yeah. Yeah, my brother's local though. So it's like, you see, we All right, we're gonna stop this part right here. Thank you, Jordan. You've been great. Thank you, man. Nice meeting you, man. Thank you. Well, Elisa and I are here devouring these. Elisa y yo estamos aquí devorando estas crepes. Así, ¿no? Tan sabrosas. They're very, very good. Very good. Mine was brie with bacon. Era brie con bacon. Y el de Elisa era como de
Chicken Florentine.
un chicken Florentine. Estamos a la parte de atrás del local. We're on the back of the place. There's my family. And we're over here in a little back here. And we have some seating here para sentarse. All right, we're gonna keep knocking these out. Vamos a terminar de comernos las ahorita. Salud, buen provecho. So it's New Year's Day, el día de Año Nuevo. Muchos restaurantes todavía cerrados. Bull and Crown.
We're just gonna get toys every day and go to the fire school.
Yeah. Whatever those guillotines están haciendo allá atrás, como parece guillotina. Ah, otro sweet and savory que está cerrado.
Al mediodía.
Al mediodía. ¿A cómo es el precio ahí? ¿A cómo es ese?
Hay de 13, 14.
Igual que allá acá, 14.
Es el tamaño. Que le ponen encima. Hay diferentes. Hay uno con.
Aquí están las callecitas chiquitas, the little streets of it. Yeah, it's fine. All the little shops. Los sitios chiquitos. Ah, pero Elisa quiere. Elisa está buscando como un pastry. Algo así. No, ice cream.
El waffle tiene. El sweet waffle. Así nomás.
Es como lo que comimos ahora. The what we just ate now. That was a meal. Yeah. Mira, mustache. Merchant man crest. Para todo lo que tenga que ver con. No sé. Dice. Dice mustache, pero. Dice de bigote, pero se trata de madera, piel, metal y whatever sundries are. No. La arquitectura, the architecture, that's what's so cool here. The hippo. What are we walking into? Estamos entrando aquí. Popsicle, popsicle. Los negocios están como abriendo. The businesses are like starting to open now, so. All right, we'll be back. Regresamos. We just ran into one of the Colombia restaurants. Este es uno de los Colombia restaurants. Ellos son famosos en esta área. En esta área. Dice la gema de la yema, la gema, gem, la gema, ¿verdad? Like the jewel de los Spanish restaurants since 1905. Parece como una hacienda. Luce que una hacienda. Look at that fountain, la fuente. No sé qué me pasa. I don't know what's going on with my translation today. But my brother says that they're super expensive. Mi hermano dice que son super caros. And I believe it. Y yo lo creo. Miren qué árbol tan hermoso. Look at what a beautiful tree. It goes all the way to this side. Desde acá hasta acá llega. Hasta acá. All the way down here. It's getting busier. Ya se está llenando un poco más. More businesses están abriendo. Más negocios están abriendo. Tiene unas banquitas ahí. That's where I was sitting. There's the Spain flag. Pero Está bien bonito, bien pacífico aquí. Since 1905.